Good morning, everyone. Brooklyn here, and I am finally making this explant procedure recovery update video. I apologize. I know I said in my last video I was going to try to make a recovery update video maybe about 4 weeks post-op, then again 6 weeks post-op, and maybe even again at 12 weeks post-op. And here we are 16 weeks later, and I'm finally making my explant recovery update video. So sorry. But mom life, if you're a parent, you understand, especially if you're a parent of a 2.5-year-old. Some days I have a little sweet angel in my hands, and some days I have Animal from the Muppet Babies. Remember Animal from Muppet Babies? Yeah. Okay, so there's just not a lot of free time to make YouTube videos. Okay, so let's talk recovery post the explant procedure, shall we? Recovery post explant Let's talk recovery post-explant procedure, shall we? I need to have some more coffee. My first video that I made post-op was maybe like 3 or 4 hours post-op. So I had some pain meds in my system. I was feeling fine and on cloud 9, okay? But a few hours after that, the pain started creeping in. However, the pain still wasn't that bad. I only took about half the dosage of pain meds that I was prescribed by the doctor, and they prescribed me pain meds for I think up to a full 7 days post the procedure. By day 3, I was completely weaned off the pain meds, not even taking extra strength Tylenol. It just wasn't that bad for me. However, my breast implants weren't on top of the muscle, so keep that in mind. I think where your implants are located plays a lot in the role of the recovery and how much pain you have as well too. I don't know, I'm just saying. I'm just watching these squirrels get into my shit, dude. Also, post-procedure, you get JP drains. That's what I felt like saying every time I looked at them. I don't know. I like zombie movies. But yeah, the JP drains, they're not that big of a deal. There's a lot of women, if you look in the breast implant illness, the forums, the group discussions that you see on social media, some women say they had drains, some women said they didn't have drains. There's a lot of pros and cons back and forth to having them or not having them. Again, nurse, used to work in the hospitals. I've seen the complications of people not having drains post-procedures. I wanted the drains. And they're not that hard to manage. They're really not that hard to manage. You keep the insertion site clean. You keep them stripped from getting them, keep them from getting clogged up. And you make sure that you drain and mark down how much you're draining when you're supposed to be doing it. And that's it. They're not hard. Now, they hang, so of course you have to be careful of sharp corners and handles and doorways and little kids tugging on them. You gotta keep them nice and close to your body, definitely, okay? Because you don't want those suckers being pulled out. But otherwise than that, they're just really not that big of a deal. And I liked it because I could see the quality of my drainage coming out. So to me, I like seeing that, making sure there's no signs and symptoms of infection. The drains, they came out about 7 days post-procedure. Initially, I had a follow-up about 3 or 4 days after my surgery, but the protocol for my surgeon was that they had to be draining less than 30 cc's every day for at least 2 days straight. And mine were not doing that, so I had to keep them in a few extra days. But it also sort of kept me under control, I guess, because you could say, because after a couple days, post-procedure, I started feeling good, thinking I could start moving around again. And as soon as I started moving around again, I started noticing an increase in my drainage. Okay, so that sort of gave me a hint as, hey, you need to slow down. You're not healed yet, so chill, Sparky. Yeah, I liked having the drains. Day 7, I got them removed. No big deal. They came out. The procedure to get them pulled out felt gross, but it was painless. So no big deal there. I got some bandages. They put a little stitch at the insertion site where they pulled it out. No, they didn't. I lie. They did not put a stitch there. They pulled it out and they just put a little Band-Aid over it. That's it. Yeah, they put a little Band-Aid over the insertion site. So that then, you have to keep that clean. And then the stitches came out another few days after that. But other than that, there was no issues with any of those post-op procedures. As far as home life goes, and taking care of the little one. Hubby did stay home with me about 3 or 4 days immediately post procedure. He did help out a lot with the baby. However, my son's too, he doesn't need to be carried everywhere, although he would like to be because he's such a mama's boy, but I'm not complaining about that. However, prayers up, blessings for his future girlfriend, fiance, wife, because mama's gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna be all up in that house. You might as well just give me a key now. But yeah, so he doesn't need to be carried everywhere, but he prefers to be. You know, my hip and my back, I am probably a chiropractor's dream right now. But it definitely helped that my husband was home for those 3 days. After that, it was just me and the baby. You know, I don't have a lot of family here in Texas. I do have, you know, a few family members, some in-laws, but they have full-time jobs too, and kids to take care of their own. So I can't expect people just to completely cut off their work days, you know, to come help me out with the baby. So, you know, they helped out when they could, but for the most part, it was me home alone with the baby. And it wasn't as bad. You know, I set all the diaper changing stuff down on the floor on a nice blanket, and just made sure that, you know, I wasn't lifting him up and down too much at all. You know, a few days post-op, you know, sometimes you start feeling better, like you start feeling like you can do more. But even lifting pots and pans, I could feel tugs in my breast, and I knew it didn't feel right. So I was very careful not to lift anything heavy at all, not even the weight of the pot or pan. And, you know, just take it easy. You don't want to do anything to send you back to surgery, that's for sure. So yeah, so, you know, there was days where it was difficult, that my son just wanted to be held. He cried for me that he wanted to be held and picked up, and, you know, I just couldn't do it. But I just made sure that we did a lot of floor time activities. You know, I went down to his level on the floor. I was very cautious of the JP drains when I had them in. But even when I didn't have him in, you know, I was just still cautious not to lift him or anything. But we did a lot of playing on the floor with his cars and his trucks and games and books. And I had it all set up on the floor on a blanket and in the living room. And then we also watched movies too. So I think if you have kids, as long as you have a plan, you know, you should be okay. And plan to keep them entertained, and try to keep them out of the arms. You know, if you have babies, hey, I suggest definitely trying to get some family members over to the house to help out if at all possible. But besides that, you know, it wasn't too bad. So one thing I forgot to mention was the ACE bandages. Immediately post-procedure, I was bound up super tight with ACE bandages. That's a big thing right there too. For 2 days, for the first initial 48 hours post-surgery, I was told to keep those ACE bandages on and not remove them, and so I did so. It was nice and tight, and it felt really secure. So I really liked the fact that I was bound up like that, and it kept the JP drains in place. It kept the swelling down, and I think it even helped with the pain a little bit. So it was nice to be nice and tight and bound up nice and tight. I did, after 48 hours, take the bandages off to get a shower. I put them back on nice and tight. My tip, I should say, for the ACE bandages is, if you can, before your procedure, go out and buy some of the really wide ACE bandages, the ones that have the Velcro attachments, okay, instead of the clips, the Velcro, because it just makes life so much easier. And the only ACE bandages I had were the ones the doctor provided me, so I kept using those over and over again. Definitely recommend getting ACE bandages. I also recommend getting some nice, secure, snug fitting bras. Okay, this is the bra that initially I got post procedure. It has the nice little zip up. It reminded me very much of the type of bras that I had immediately post my implant procedure when I initially got them in. So I bought these again off of Amazon. Not again, these aren't the same ones, but I bought these off of Amazon at the suggestion of another woman who had gotten her breast implants removed. Okay, they're nice and comfy. I bought a size medium, which would have been my size even with the implants in, but I was told that they were super small and tight, that even, you know, your normal size would still fit post-procedure. Not so much. I definitely wish I would have gotten a size smaller because I felt this was too big. They actually came with some cups too that I actually removed, because after procedure, I'm telling you, for like the first 2 months, you want to feel nice and secure and snug. You want everything to be held up nice and tight. From what I've been reading too, that provides the best chance for full recovery too, for your breast tissue and everything. It gives your breast tissue the best chance at fluffing out to its full capacity, if that's a thing, I guess. But yeah, so these ones on Amazon, They're good. They came in 2 packs. I liked them. However, I would have bought a size smaller than what I was, of course, pre-procedure. I also like these. This is what I wear now. These little Calvin Klein bras. They provide a tiny bit of padding, but they're still small and snug enough that I still feel lifted up. Okay, I also like these Calvin Klein bras for nighttime. Okay, and these both, I bought both of these for discount. This one was I bought at Costco. Okay, they came in 2 packs, and these I bought a few of these from TJ Maxx. Okay, I waited a week after my stitches came out before I started putting oils on them, and this is the oil that I used. It was based off a recommendation from another woman who got her breast implants removed. When I saw my surgeon, he was like, I don't know, there's some people say vitamin E helps. He was like, some people say it doesn't, so I can't really say if that's going to help your scars lighten up or not. Well, to me, I have noticed a dramatic improvement in my scars. Now, I've never gotten really bad scars to begin with. My scars have always lightened up pretty well over time. When I scrape a knee, my scars like immediately post my implant procedure. So post explant, I wasn't too concerned about them. They were really dark after my explants, and I maybe had a day or two where I was like, are those gonna lighten up? But I've been putting the oil on, and you can barely see them now. They look great. Okay, so I'm convinced that it's doing something. So I recommend the vitamin E oil. Also, as far as immune system healing, even before my procedure, I was eating very healthy. I eliminated gluten and dairy from my diet for other reasons, not by choice. Okay, before the procedure. So to me, eliminating some of those inflammatory foods, I feel like helped boosted my immune system. I also have been taking bone broth, and I started taking bone broth way before this procedure, just periodically on and off to boost my immune system. And I immediately after procedure, I took bone broth on a daily basis for like the first couple weeks, just to help boost my immune system as well too. Besides that, all of my post-op appointments with my surgeon have gone well. Right now, like I said, I'm looking like a little something like National Geographic cover. My surgeon's pretty optimistic that, over the course of the next year, I will, fluff out, and he doesn't recommend any surgeries for a breast lift or anything like that, until he can really fully see how they heal, which he thinks will be up, to a year. So, I'm optimistic too. They don't look too pretty right now, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't even matter to me how they look. Would I like a little more fullness? Of course. But, the padded bras, they help with that. My main thing though right now is the fact that I am happy those implants are out. I no longer have to worry about them. I'm no longer concerned about them. My rashes on my hands, if you can see, my hands, I have old lady hands, so just don't mind. But the rashes on my hands, gone. I think I have a little dry patch right there, but no rash. If you guys had saw my previous video, no rash. I had rashes right all down my fingers, in between my hands, gone. It was horrible. It was an eczema rash that I had for almost 9 months that I could not get to go away at all. No matter what I tried, even steroids and everything would not go away. 2 days after the procedure, after the implants were removed, it's gone. Completely gone. It has not come back at all. So, explain that. I may be the captain of the itty bitty titty committee right now, but I don't care. I'd rather be natural than have something foreign and fake inside me, knowing that eventually they're going to have to come out or get replaced anyways, because those implants, I don't care what a doctor tells you, no implants last forever. None. You either have to get them replaced eventually or get them removed eventually. They don't last forever. So I just want all women to think about that before they consider getting implants in the first place. So that's it. That's my recovery update video. I'll post another update video soon. I don't want to give you a time frame because obviously I have a problem sticking to time frames, and I don't like lying to people. So I'll just say in a few weeks. Maybe I'll post another update video in a few weeks, and when it seems pertinent. At the end of the day, I think it was probably one of the best decisions I've made. Getting the implants placed in the first place wasn't my brightest decision, but at the time, it just sort of fit the situation, So I can't completely get on myself for getting them in the first place. It is what it is, So There's no point in going back in the shoulda, woulda, couldas. All right, but I'm happy the implants are out. I just feel more at peace and happier with my body. Flat as a border. So flat, I'm making the walls jealous. I don't have anything more than 2 little anthills up here. I am more satisfied with my body now than I have ever been in my life. Go figure. But stay tuned to this channel because there'll be plenty of other videos on here. Crafty videos, workout videos, just fun mom life videos. You know, I'm a little all over the place. Hence the name Wear Brooklyn. Keeps life fun and interesting, right? You know? But if you are going through the explant procedure, I wish you the best of luck for a successful surgery, and I'm sending lots of love and hugs and prayers your way for a speedy, successful, and happy healing recovery journey. Okay? So, okay, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a great, blessed day, and yes, peace, love, and fitness.